Time for the 360 round, all about electric vehicles, because we've had some reports, some are due to report, and Tesla's always in the news.
Tesla's got to convince the market that they're more than a car company, they're a technology company. And to do that, they're going to have to come up with some pretty striking news on October 10th when they bring out the next version of full self-driving. I think they can do it. We'll see. The big challenge there is Waymo already has regulatory approvals in San Francisco, Los Angeles, Phoenix. They already have full self-driving cars on the road. The regulators have approved. Tesla's got to get over that hurdle. We'll see. What they might do is announce they have regulatory approval in China and they're starting there, the world's largest auto market. That might be a bump for the stock, but they've got to produce, and I've got my fingers crossed. We'll see.
As Q4 has been looking harsh so far for Tesla and its president Elon Musk, with portions of the EV producer down over 35% this year, offering back a decent lump of the gigantic additions the name saw back in 2023. This moment, they're hitting their most reduced levels since January and are presently among the most exceedingly awful entertainers in the S&P 500, firmly followed by one more beset organization, Boeing. So how could we arrive for Tesla? Back in January, they cautioned of remarkably more slow deals development, which energized financial backer worries about stock interest and rivalry from China. President Elon Musk then, at that point, said the organization would zero in on the creation of its new age vehicle. That day, Tesla stock experienced its most keen rate drop in over a year, with $80 billion cleared out in market esteem simply on that day. A record-breaking drop from Tesla dropping designs for another plant in Mexico, the battles of Passage and GM with their EV deals. Obviously, the street ahead is everything except smooth. We will examine the precarious protection costs, the risks of EV fires, and the approaching store network issues driven by China's strength in battery materials. The unavoidable issue remains: is the EV dream losing its sparkle? Are states pushing excessively hard, excessively quick? What's more, is the market prepared for such a monstrous shift? On the whole, make a point to show your help by preferring this video and buying into Tesla stock news. How about we begin? It's a tempestuous time for the EV market. A stunning new report has surfaced, uncovering that the electric vehicle industry is confronting an extreme slump. Vehicle makers are battling to offer EVs, prompting billions of dollars in misfortunes. This report uncovers why EVs probably won't be the future everybody was expecting and features 3 basic defects that have made Tesla's stock dive by a faltering $80 billion in only multi-week. So, what's in this report? Are there insider facts being kept by political pioneers? Might it at any point be that EVs are to a greater degree a trick rather than an answer? Assuming you thought the push for EVs was driven exclusively via automakers, prepare to find out about a few disturbing disappointments that have arisen. The story begins in mid-2023. EV deals were on the ascent as additional brands carried out their electric models. Notwithstanding, reality started to set in when long-lasting EV proprietors shared their harrowing tales, uncovering the genuine difficulties of claiming these vehicles. As of late, shopper reports dropped a sensation, uncovering a few EV organizations, including Tesla, and showing that EVs probably won't be pretty much as protected as publicized. Remain tuned. We'll plunge further into that in a second. In the interim, a few driving financial experts are sounding the caution, proposing that the EV market could be the following large debacle. A ton of electric vehicles are left beyond a barricaded cinema in Arizona, bringing up issues about the EV business. As Steve Nelson tells us, one expert says the EV business overall has eased back in 2024, and that this flood parcel could be an indication of that. Hearth, with EV Access, says they lease many electric vehicles to individuals who love them. In Phoenix, there could be no greater thing possibly pushing ahead as far as snatching the manner in which the vehicle market will move than electric vehicles. They have undeniably a larger number of Teslas for lease here than anything more, and the interest matches it. So Tesla, since they found the specialty in the market so early, permits them to have quite recently a superior way to deal with the overall item by and large. In any case, while his rental business is performing, Hertz is auctioning off their Tesla Armada. Presently, beyond a blocked cinema in Scottsdale, almost 250 Teslas, including some Cybertrucks, are left, most spick and span, actually enclosed by plastic. Industry expert Carl Brower with izcars.com says these flood parcels are indications of slow interest. You see a ton brimming with pristine Teslas, and it's getting increasingly more full constantly. It's reasonable they can't track down purchasers for these vehicles. Tesla didn't answer inquiries regarding the part of EVs. The business in general has eased back in 2024, notwithstanding all the promotion and the public authorities' enticing $7,500 tax reduction. An ever-increasing number of individuals are seeing through the exterior and walking out on EVs. Indeed, even Goliaths like Portage and General Engines are experiencing the intensity. Portage's EV division lost more than $1 billion in only one quarter, compelling them to downsize their speculations. GM isn't faring much better, with EVs eating into their benefits too. And afterward, there's California, the express that has been at the front of the EV upset, promising to transition away from internal combustion vehicles by 2035. Yet, here's the contort. Tesla deals in California took a 10% make a plunge the last quarter of 2023. That is huge on the grounds that Tesla has been the perfect example of the EV development, and California has been its greatest market. So what's going on here? The reasons are stacking up. Public charging framework is a wreck. The costs for these smooth electric vehicles are out of this world, and government motivators are everything except clear. In addition, Tesla's president, Elon Musk, has been offering a few dubious expressions that may be pushing clients away. He even anticipated that China could before long overwhelm the EV market. However, prior to jumping into that, we should investigate the present status of EV deals. Portage and GM Consolidated lost $5 billion on their EV divisions in only 1 year, meaning they sold every EV at a $36,000 misfortune. Tesla, when a productive brand, needed to present 7 cost cuts in a solitary year just to remain cutthroat. Most importantly, while individuals are keen on EVs, they're not able to follow through on over-the-top costs. What's more, this moment, the Biden organization's dependence on China for 80% of our EV supplies is driving up creation costs and making an unsafe reliance on a far-off country. Toward the beginning of 2023, EV deals were taking off. However, out of nowhere, they experienced a plunge. Loan costs have gone up, making these electric vehicles much more costly to claim, and customers are starting to glance back at half-breeds and customary internal combustion vehicles. Indeed, even Toyota's president is tossing conceal at EVs, wagering large on half and halves and hydrogen fuel. Also, it's not simply occurring in the US. EV deals are additionally dropping in Germany, regardless of the EU's arranged prohibition on gas vehicles after 2035. Accordingly, organizations like Portage, Toyota, GM, and even Tesla are reevaluating their EV systems. Tesla has as of late canceled plans to construct another EV production line in Mexico, flagging a change in the electric vehicle market. General Engines has likewise deferred the creation of their electric pickups and ceased their most reasonable EV, the Chevy Bolt. In the meantime, Portage has stopped F-150 Lightning creation because of disheartening marketing projections. The F-150, a long-lasting forerunner on the lookout, isn't proceeding true to form. Persuading faithful clients to change to electric is demonstrating more troublesome than expected, practically like attempting to transform a steak darling into a vegetarian short term. However, the issues stretch out past deals. From range uneasiness to buggy programming, there's an extensive rundown of difficulties that could obstruct the far-reaching reception of EVs. One main issue is the absence of charging stations, which is much the same as claiming a telephone with no spot to charge it. At first, the progress of EVs appeared to ride on a rush of government-motivating forces and guidelines, yet as those impetuses are gradually gotten rid of, so too is the public's advantage in EVs. In nations like Germany and France, where government advantages for EVs have been decreased, deals have endured an observable shot. In the US, less vehicles are presently qualified for the sought-after tax reduction, further hosing energy. We should plunge into the perils uncovered by the most recent EV report, which has made Tesla's stock cost dive by billions in simply a question of days. Envision being amped up for these smooth, quiet EVs just to figure out that they could cause a bigger number of cerebral pains than customary internal combustion vehicles. As indicated by the report, a faltering 80% of EV proprietors could never think about purchasing another. This decision depends on an overview of 330,000 vehicles, uncovering a large group of issues going from motor issues to electric engine breakdowns, broken frameworks, and infotainment messes up that never appeared to fill in as planned. The report focuses fingers at two essential guilty parties. First, the conventional vehicle makers, who are as yet sorting out the complexities of EV innovation. Then, at that point, there are the novices like Rivian, who are simply starting to explore the intricacies of vehicle producing. It's like everybody is staggering in obscurity, attempting to collect these electric vehicles, hurrying to do the switch. North of 3,000 odd. Inform me as to whether you'd like any extra refinements.